All right, actually, jokes aside, I'm gonna take my watch off because it's very clunky and it's annoying. It's very annoying, actually. Let's play knight f3. Watch back here. It's clunky and annoying, so I really don't want to deal with it. Okay, let's go d4. Okay, gonna play e6 or c6. Okay, plays e6. So as I've said, one of the things that a lot of people probably have noticed is I am very chill with this. Like, I've kind of lost a lot of my enthusiasm in general for the Chess Champions Tour. So when I do play, it is generally I just show up and play versus do any prep. So I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. Play knight c3. I mean, queen c2 is not. Bishop g5 is the old line that I played quite a bit back, like during the London chess class. I'm gonna go queen c2. Takes. I could play e4 here. That is a move. I mean, queen c4 is pretty dry, but it's what I'm gonna play anyway. Let's see what Bogdan does. Now, Bogdan is a guy who, as I recall, he's generally more on the positional side. He's much more what was I gonna say? He's much slower. So he tends to be somebody who moves very slow, gets low on time, kind of a Grishchuk style player where he's very slow and then he picks up all the pace at the very end. Goes a6, logical. I'll go back. At b5, I think I have some bishop g5 here, if I'm not mistaken. I also have e4, bishop d3, which could be good. Like b5, e4, bishop b7, e5 could be good, but let's see what we get. Hopefully I'm not muted, by the way. I'm not going to turn OBS open. I'm not going to turn the second monitor on, but I assume that I'm not muted. So hopefully I'm not muted. If I am, well, apologies. You guys are going to have it's going to be fun. Let's put it that way. Hopefully I'm not muted. He goes c5. Of course I'm going to take. Queen a5, very logical. Now I have knight c3. I have e3. I mean, this is very, very slow. Bishop d2, queen c5, knight c3 is probably okay. But I don't think it's really what I want to play for. Wonder if I can go bishop d2 and bishop c3 maybe. Nah, it looks a little bit weird. I'll play. I'm gonna go knight c3. Probably I'll take with a bishop and I'll play like e3, bishop d2, bishop d3. Something very, very slow, kind of. At least that's my intention, but we'll see what he does here. So, I mean, there's bishop g5, there's e3, there's bishop d3. This is a 4-game match, by the way. For anybody who's watching, this is a best of 4. So this is a best of 4 match. And yeah, it is what it is. So hopefully OBS doesn't like die or something with some second monitors off. But yeah, once again, if there's some issue, then so be it, kind of. And I'll try to fix it in between the games. But that's that. Okay, now he's very deep in the tank, so he might take with a queen, might take with a bishop, might play knight c6. All three of those moves have some merit to them. I mean, my instinct is that bishop c5 is the most human move, but after bishop d2 there's some knight jumps. I mean, the knight's kind of jumping, so I'm not so sure actually. So he takes with a queen, which was also, I thought, quite reasonable. I'm wondering if I have bishop e3 and like rook c1 or something. Bishop e3 is kind of interesting. Could also just play g3, bishop g2 and castles, but g3 is going to go b5, so I think I should play here to hit the queen right off, and then maybe g3 or maybe rook c1, play for the fast development here. I think actually it's very likely after queen a5 I'm just going to go g3, bishop g2, castles the king, and it's not like very special per se, but I think it's decent. I mean, queen a5 also gives me bishop d2, which gains a tempo because the bishop's on d2 versus c1. So yeah, it goes back. I expected that. Rook c1 seems like the correct move. So if I go g3 and he gets b5, I shouldn't be happy. So let's go here. Pressure on the file. Maybe he'll almost certainly play knight c6, or maybe bishop e7 is just fine. And then I'm gonna go g3, bishop g2, and castles the king. And this already looks kind of dangerous for black a little bit. If I get g3, bishop g2, I also have bishop f4. It makes quite a bit of sense here. So I actually rather like my position in this position. I like my position in this position. I like my position here at the start of the game. So let's see what he's gonna do. He goes bishop d7, which is a reasonable move. I mean, I should Obviously play g3 because I mean I can't. I mean moving the bishop and trying to play e3 is just ridiculous at this point. So I actually think my position's pretty decent here. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe it's not great, but it looks fairly decent. We'll see if I'm right or I'm wrong in the long term, but I think my position's pretty decent. Maybe it's not. He has a trick here, which I'm I don't know if trick is the right word, but it's could be mildly annoying. See what he's gonna do. He's thinking here. Like I said, Deac is a player who's very much like Grishuk. He's somebody who gets very low on time, and then with seconds on the clock, he can actually play incredibly well. He can play like amazingly well, in fact, as I've seen in Title Tuesday many times, where I'm up like 2 minutes against 5 seconds, and then he just plays like a monster. So he is capable of playing very well low on time. So like I'm not really thinking about the time situation much at the moment. So he goes bishop b4 rather. The only question, if I go here knight d5 bishop d4, am I happy or unhappy with that position? He could also try and take, but I don't know. I'm not buying what he's selling. I'm just gonna go here, maybe bishop d4. Speaking of buying and selling, I actually woke up very early this morning. It was a good thing I did, because I actually closed a position in Netflix on the open when the stock opened at 675, I think it was. And the last I checked like 20 minutes ago was 640, so, or 645 maybe, around there. I could take with a pawn. He's gonna go bishop c6, I presume. At least that's his idea. I could also just take with a queen. You know, I probably should have played bishop d2. Probably should have done that, but okay, whatever. I mean, I kind of have to take with a pawn. I don't really love it per se. Okay, he goes there, which is a mistake. Maybe mistake is too strong a word to use, but he gives me an option to stop him from challenging the diagonal. Do I have a way to punish him here? Bishop f4, knight e5, bishop a4, knight c4. Yes, takes knight a5, but yeah, this must be correct, because now I have knight e5 and he's not getting this diagonal. Like I was thinking he goes here, bishop a4, but I have knight c4, but then there's queen b5, knight d6, takes. I mean, hard to judge, but I shouldn't be worse. Shouldn't be worse there at the very least. And he's also a little bit low on time here. That was a big mistake by Deac. He should have played bishop c6 first. Okay, so now this is a rapid game after all, so I do have some time to think. I don't just have to blitz out knight e5. But if I don't go knight e5, I don't know what I'm playing. Knight e5, g5, I just take. Yeah, I'm just going to trust my instinct and play it. No bishop c6, bishop a4, queen b2, knight d5, bishop d2 and c4 looks very, very pleasant. Bishop a4, queen b2, g5, knight c4, queen c5, knight b6, gf4, knight a4 should be fine as well, unless he has some g5 trick. Okay, it goes knight c6. So okay, I've gotten pretty much everything I could ask for out of this opening. I think if I'm looking at this generally speaking, the only question is, what do I want to play here? Do I want to trade the knight for the bishop? Do I want to knight c6? Definitely not. So it's knight c4, knight d7. One of these two moves are my options. Knight c4, queen c5. Queen b3 gives him b5 and I'm not happy. Queen d3 also gives him b5 and I'm not happy. Here knight d6, e5. That can't be right. Let's see. Knight c4 feels wrong. I mean, my instinct is that I should just take and play. Yeah, my instinct is just take the bishop, castle the king, and just play chess. I've got 2 Bs on 2 open diagonals versus 2 horses. I'm probably not better according to the computer, but I should definitely not be worse. In the long run, there should be 0 risk because of the 2 Bs. The Bs are better than D's knights. So let's see what he does here. Knight c5, rook d1 looks good. Bishop e3 also an idea as well. Bishop d6. If this diagonal weren't so open, this pawn on c3 might be a weakness, but because the lane is open here, it's really hard to see me being in trouble in this position, I guess. It's a question of where my pieces belong. Now he's going to put the knight on c5 pretty much no matter what I do. I mean, maybe I should have taken the knight on c6, maybe, but that felt very, very dry. Like super dry. So I think what I'm going to do here, step one is put the piece on the right square. So rook fd1 looks correct to hit the knight. There's no knight b4, knight d4 tricks. He's probably going to go knight c5 if I had to guess. And maybe I go c4 at the right moment, like rook b1. Maybe I try to go c4, rook b1, bishop e3, and put pressure on both of the open lanes, something like that. But we'll see what he does here. We'll see. Now he's thinking for a long time. Is he knight b4 doesn't work? I don't think. I'm wondering if he's going to try to go like knight b6 or something instead of knight c5. I was sure he would go to c5, but the fact that he's thinking makes me think that he's going to go to b6. Feels like I should be better here, very slightly. Not like there's anything special, there's nothing to write home about, but it feels like it should be a very, very tiny advantage for me. I'm wondering if I should start playing like alpha 0 to start pushing the p on the king side, like h4 h5 at some point. I mean, if he puts a knight on f6, it definitely makes no sense to try and go for this. If he puts a knight here, then there is some potential. But Deac is moving quite slowly, so he's looking for, he's definitely not super happy, because knight c5 is a move in blitz you play in 5 seconds. So let's see what he does. I actually want to think here on knight c5, because my intuition tells me knight c5 is the best move. Okay, so I was starting to say I should think, but he goes to f6, which I really don't like. I don't like this move. I feel like c4 or queen b3. Yeah, somehow this just doesn't look right to me. I guess he's gonna go c4, rook d8. I don't know. I'm not buying it somehow. I'm not buying what he's doing. Knight f6 just looks wrong. So this pawn gets to c5 even, or even c4 here. This b pawn's gonna have issues in the long run. Fundamentally, this feels like a bad move to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just a bad chess player, but it feels wrong. I mean, if I go here, knight g4, bishop d2, I guess he wants to go queen b6, but even that doesn't look great. Or maybe there's a chance that he's just assuming he's worse here, and so he's already on the defensive. One question is, do I go to e3? My instinct is that I should go there and go back. If I go to e3, rook f d8, queen b3, that should be pretty good for me. g5, knight d4, queen b2 also could be good. Okay, so this is where I should probably think and stop talking. Bishop g5 actually has a lot of merit to it potentially. If I go there, knight d4, queen b2. Where is he going? Knight d7, e3 is wait, here. Where is he going? Where is he going after bishop g5? Bishop g5, knight b4, queen b3. That looks ridiculous. Yeah, I think this is just a mistake. If I go here, knight g4 and h3, knight d4, queen b2, here, h6. No, then bishop d2. No, so this, what am I missing something here, or am I just over? I think I'm. Okay, think. No, I think I'm overestimating his position a little bit. Like knight d4, queen b2 followed by e3 just feels good. It just feels good. So I'm going to basically ruin his pawn structure, and even though I give up the 2 Bs in the long term, I feel like something bad is going to happen on the king side. I think I'm also in a situation where my bishop on g2 could simply be better than his knight on c6 long term. Let's see what he does. I mean, I assume he's going to play knight d4. It's the only move that makes any sense. But now I have e3, and the horse is not a bastion because the horse is getting kicked. There's a weak pawn. I'm going to ruin his pawn structure. There are a lot of issues for black here, actually, like a lot of problems with this position. Yeah, I think knight f6 was just a terrible move. e5 was definitely bad, but I think knight f6, like my instinct is that knight c5 was the right move, and probably the computer says it's still equal. Let's see what he's going to do. Because he's got this problem with the b pawn. I have e3 to kick the knight. I'm going to take the knight on f6. I mean, he's going to have to accept a bad structure no matter what. So he goes queen a4, which I also completely do not understand at all. What is that? Wait, am I not just close to winning after e3 takes and like queen e2 and going for the... Wait a second. Okay. What's the time? Time is that I'm up on clock. That's the good news. So if I play e3... He can't move this knight anywhere? No. Let's just go for it. He's gonna have to move the knight somewhere. Okay, it goes there. I mean, I assume I take. Okay, now I have bishop d5 to create the wooden shield. I have queen e2 to start trying to win on the king side. I go queen e2, b5, check, and queen f5. I mean, that looks so close to winning. Bishop e4. Okay, so bishop b7 is rook c4. Queen e2, b5. Check, queen f5, king g7, bishop d5. That should be winning. If I go queen e, but he has rook, no, but rook d8, I can also just trade and take a pawn. Yeah, this doesn't look right. This looks very, very bad. His king side is very, very compromised here. Oh, I missed knight g7 though. Oh, wait a second. I just missed knight g7. I thought I could check, but he has this move. What am I doing? Maybe I should have played bishop d5. The cam's good, right? Fine. Okay. Bishop d5. Yeah. Whoops. Don't pre-move that. If b5, I think actually I'm going to go. I feel like I missed. Maybe I've got bishop h3. Should have used more time there. I should have used more time. I think bishop d5 is a much better move now that I think about it. Although b5 still takes rook d7, rook c4. Not so clear, actually. Not so clear. Yeah, now he plays b5, and now I have some slight issues. I think I have to go bishop d5 here. Like, I was gonna check, but I just overlooked knight g7 completely. I was gonna check king h8 and go queen f5, and I just missed knight g7 altogether. Oh, but now I can't. Queen on a4 covers d7. What am I smoking? I thought I could take and go here. What am I doing? I'm still better, but I'm still better, and I'm way up on clock. So I mean, I should still be probably winning the game with good play, but not super happy. I'll pre-move this in case he takes. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should use my time here because I have 3 extra minutes on the clock instead of moving instantly like a total moron. Actually, if he takes, maybe I can check because knight g7, there might be a bishop f7, takes with the right triangle, and if he takes with the king, I have rook d7 with the kebab and a mini right triangle as well. Okay, so he goes rook e8, which looks wrong. That looks very well. Now maybe I can actually, no, because now I can go here, and I get the position I wanted before. Although he still has king g7. Still has king g7 in there. Maybe I just play h4 and bishop. No, come on. I'm up so much time here that really what I should do is just take a second, take a breather, and just think. So c5, rook c5 is probably not good. So if I go queen g4, king h8, queen h5, king g7, c5 maybe is good. c5, rook d8. Oh wait, maybe I can wait. Check here, takes, rook d7, rook f8. Takes, stack. Check, queen g6 holds. Wow. Okay. This should be winning for me somehow, but I don't see the win right off. Queen h5, king g7, bishop e4, knight g5, bishop f5, rook c4, h4. Takes, queen a3, rook f. Wait a second. Check. Queen g4, king h8, queen h5, king h5, king g7, bishop e4, rook c4. Takes, king f8, rook d7, check, king h2 should be winning. Okay, I don't want to use too much time. Yeah, I think I'll go check. Oh, he goes to f8. That's not the move that I expect him to play, actually. That is not the move I expected at all. Wait a second. Queen h4. I think I'm just gonna go here and take. I mean, this should be winning. Okay, it goes there, which is what I expected. I was gonna go here and h4. That was my intention, but I don't know if it's actually working because I realized he also has rook h8 at the end. But he's low on time. So wait, but if I go bishop e4, knight f8, what's my next move? Oh, great, that's a mistake. Wait, so if I take rook d7, rook f8. Wait a second, there should be a way to win here. Maybe I go c5. Actually, what about c5? Yeah, let's just go c5. Again, remember this guy's very good in low time situations, so that's why I'm not moving instantly, because he's very good with 5 seconds on the clock at finding the best move and surviving generally. But this is actually a very tough position for black to play, so he probably, I don't even know how he's supposed to survive here. Okay, that should be a mistake. That should almost certainly be a mistake, but why? It feels, I feel like there should be a win here, but I don't see it. If I go c6, there's no tricks, right? I don't see any tricks. So I can still take on e6 also. It goes there. So wait, so bishop e6, rook e6, rook d7 must be winning. Yeah, this must be winning. I guard. Go for the kebab with rook d7 and then boom. And yeah, that's GG. Good win. 1 up, 1 down. We got the win in the first game. Let's see. Hopefully I wasn't muted. Let's see. Hopefully I wasn't muted. Okay, let's see. I was not muted, was I? Let's see. What's the chat saying? Was I muted? I don't know. That I think was a pretty clean game for me. I think, yeah, bishop c6. Oh, bishop c6 wasn't, there wasn't a big difference between bishop c6 or castles. That's the first big surprise. Oh, queen c5 and blacks. Oh, I guess we're supposed to start second game right away. Okay. I guess are we supposed to start right away or not? I don't know. I don't know, but it looks like OBS is fine. I think, make sure. Yeah, I think OBS is, oh, they start the games right away. Okay, fair enough. Off we go with round 2. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's play e5. I thought there was supposed to be, see, now I'm actually confused, because when I played yesterday, the games started, the reason they aborted my game yesterday because the games start at the same time, and now today the games don't start at the same time, so I'm actually just completely confused. No, I'm legitimately confused. Why did, so when I played yesterday against Musard, they stopped the game because apparently the games are supposed to start at the same time. Now today apparently the games don't start at the same time. Like, I don't even understand this anymore. It's just so weird. I really don't understand this. Okay, rook d1. Yeah, so bishop e7 to move. h6 is also, actually h6 is not a move, I believe. King c8 is the dangerous line that gets really, really sharp. Which one do I want to play? Which one do I want to play? I think I'll play this one. I spilled some coffee. That's great. Excellent. Okay, goes to h3. Wait. What just happened? Wait, what just happened? Wait, what just... Oh, wait. Never mind. I thought there was some glitch for a second. I was like, what's going on? I thought I saw 2 moves pop up on the board. The heck? Okay. I believe this is the correct move. I take... Knight d2. Yeah, this is correct. King e8 or bishop e7. I'm trying to remember the exact order. I'm just gonna go for this one. King e8 is fine too, of course. He puts a knight on f3 or e4. Both squares are possible here. See what he does. The knight goes to one of these 2 squares. f3 and e4 are both playable here. Both squares, I believe, are possible. I think, for some reason, my instinct is telling me that I think knight f3 is considered the better move. Yeah, he plays knight f3, so my instinct is right. Knight f3 is the correct move. Now, I believe I'm supposed to go king e8. It's like king e8, bishop g5, c5, bishop c6, and the show goes on, I believe. If h5, there's e6, by the way, for anyone's wondering. h5, e6 takes knight e5, and then knight f7 with all kinds of bad stuff happening. with forks, etc. So see what he does here. I believe it's bishop it's bishop g5, bishop g5, bishop e6, or c5. I'm trying to remember the exact line. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well on this fine Friday. Yeah, it's Friday because it's expiration Friday, of course, for options. Hope everybody's having a good Friday, July, I believe 18th. No, 19th. Okay. But we are, of course, playing our 4-game match today. I will cover Division 1 for everybody who's wondering after my match, regardless of what happens. So we will be covering the it. So I don't know if I should continue on a 60-second delay or whether I should probably end and just reboot. My instinct is that I should probably just end and reboot because 60 seconds is a long delay. That's a very, very long delay. So we'll see. But my guess is probably after my match ends, I'll probably reboot on 0 delay and we'll cover Division 1. That's probably going to be the plan for anyone who's wondering. That is going to be the plan. Let's see what he does here. I think 94 knight f5 is also an option. And then just on general topics, you know, again, not to downplay the event, of course, but you know, one of the big differences is when I played this event in 2020 when I played Magus, I remember this really well. The tour final against him, I think I was going to bed at like maybe like 9 o'clock on the West Coast and waking up at like 5 o'clock or something, and then studying for 2 hours before the match. And like that's another example of like just how sort of de-incentivized, I don't know what the word is, but kind of the difference is like between then and now, because I just wake up usually like 30 minutes before, although this morning I woke up more, which was very important. But usually just wake up and then start playing the matches. So for anybody who's wondering, generally, yeah, it's kind of it is what it is. But a lot of my motivation for this is kind of gone on some level. And then all the nonsense, like just, I mean, people didn't hear it because, of course, naturally, when Kramnik lost his mind yesterday, it didn't get leaked. The Zoom call didn't get leaked, unlike when I played Ali Reza. So like yesterday, Kramnik was just droning on for like 3 straight minutes there. Like after my game against Musard, I think it was got a board. It's like Kramnik was just droning on and on a Zoom call, and just like, ugh. I mean, it's just like demanding a new account. There was some issue with like the screen share or something also, and like all these things, and just really, really pessimistic stuff that doesn't make me happy. So let's see what we get here. My opponent's deep in the tank. He's thinking. Yeah, he's very deep in the tank here. So I don't know if he's thinking about, I mean, as far as I recall, I think the moves are bishop e3 or bishop g5. Maybe bishop e3 or just h5. I'm almost certain the move is bishop g5 here, but he's thinking. But actually, now that I think about it, if he goes bishop g5, I might have h5. So he goes king g2. Yeah, so I think he's done something slightly wrong here. I don't know what he's done wrong, but this is not completely correct. That much I'm almost certain of. Now the question is here, do I play like c5 and bishop c6? My instinct is to play c5. I don't know why. It feels like he's done something wrong. Like I said, white's supposed to end up with this bishop on g5 here. This king g2 move, I mean, I'm sure this is a line, but it actually feels just wrong. I mean, c5 and bishop c6 makes a ton of sense here from a general standpoint. I think I'm just gonna play it c5 and bishop c6. Why not? Just bishop c6, go after the knight on the diagonal, maybe. I mean, e6 maybe is happening, but without white getting this bishop g5 trade, I don't think generally white's supposed to have a whole lot of play here, as I recall. To use the famous, that's the Johnny Depp thing, right? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. As far as I recall, I don't recall, or this, that, or the other thing. Recalling this, recalling that. He goes bishop f4. Logical move. Now I have bishop e6 or bishop c6. One of these two moves. Now my first instinct was to play bishop c6. But I'm a little bit worried about e6 at some point. Like here, h6, e6 feels a little bit iffy somehow. It just, I don't know. Or I go bishop c6, king g3, and h5, which maybe is h5, g5. I mean, what is going on here? Let's think about it. So if I go there, king g3, h5, e6, fe6, bishop c7, h4 is actually very good for me. So if I go bishop c6, king g3, bishop c6, king g3, h5, he moves the knight somewhere. I don't know, somewhere. Rook d3 maybe is a move. Takes, bishop e4. Bishop e6 is of course a very standard safe move to play here. Knight g5 I can just take, and that's probably just a draw. But do I really want to play bishop e6? I feel like I should be trying to press him a little bit here. I mean, h6 is probably completely fine, but h6 e6 takes bishop c7. That's just going to be a draw. I'm way up on clock, so I'm trying to decide between like trying to be super solid, trying to play a little bit more on the edge, or what to do exactly. And I'm not really sure, to be honest. Not really sure. My instinct is to go bishop c6, so that's my gut instinct, is to play this move. So I think I'm going to trust my instinct and play it. He's going to go king g3, and then I think I'm going to go h5. That's my plan, at least. Because of e6, there's always this h4, and there's going to be a nasty pin. Let's see what he does. I feel like I should try to press him a little bit here. I don't think he's been very precise in this opening. So if I perceive his line as not being the best line, I should try and push him around a little bit, just because of the clock situation. 4:30 versus 6:59. So king g3, h5. I mean, if he doesn't go king g3, I actually don't know what else he's going to play, because h5 is going to be coming here very, very soon. Let's see what he's gonna do. Let's see. He's deep in the tank. 4 minutes and ticking. I really do think this is where I should push, because I don't really see how I can be much worse in any position, because I have the two Bs. Yeah, I'm gonna go h5. I have the two Bs. I mean, maybe there's some way for white to be better if you're stonkfish, but objectively I feel like I'm doing fine. h4, massive threat here, by the way. Massive threat. I mean, maybe he goes g5. But again, g5, bishop e4, bishop f5, e6. I just don't really see it somehow for white. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe g5 is actually just good for white. Who knows? Oh, he plays knight g5. Interesting. Okay. Of course, this could be good for white. I could have actually blundered here. If I don't have some f6 trick, this could be kind of bad. So wait, so if I trade and play rook h6, e6 I can just take. I can also go rook h6 right away, which is not insane. My instinct here is that I probably should not open this file, because he's gonna have some f3, I assume. On the other hand, if I take, play rook d8, e6 takes, there's a bishop h4 checkmate. Okay, let's see. So the options are rook d8. The rook d8 allows e6, and then I actually am in trouble. I think rook d8, e6 takes, king g4. Okay, I don't believe in that at all. So if I'm gonna play rook d8, I have to take first. What other moves do I have? Rook h6 maybe, but I don't really, I don't believe in it. I think I should take. I think I should take and play rook d8 or rook h6. I don't know which one I'm going to play, but I assume that should be correct. So I go either rook d8 or I play rook h6. What are the upsides? I don't know. I'm just gonna play. Wait, no tricks, right? Rook d8. No, there are no tricks. I don't know if this is actually good though. I'm thinking about this more. I'm not sure I believe this so much. I mean, he's gonna go maybe after I have rook d4 or something. Maybe something like that. I mean, I think he has to play f3. If he doesn't go f3, I don't know what he's doing here, basically. Not sure I like my position though. It doesn't feel great somehow. It's probably still okay, but it doesn't feel wonderful. Let's put it that way. Main thing here is I really need to push him on the clock though. That's the most important thing here, is I just keep the pressure up on the clock. So I keep the pressure on the clock. I don't really see how I can be in danger. I mean, even f3, maybe just c4 is fine too. But then he's got rook h1. But takes rook d5. Not sure. Not sure. I mean, f3, maybe I just go b6, actually. That also seems reasonable, too. Or maybe just trade in b6. Yeah, I think probably after f3, I'm going to trade and go b6. e6, I just take. Should be a draw. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. If he plays f3, I'm going to trade the towers and play b6. So this is where I'm using his time, and I'm thinking on his time to... So I'll be able to react instantly and keep even more pressure on the clock. Which is actually quite critical here. It's quite critical. Because if he gets low on time, like, and he makes one wrong move, he could end up in trouble. Objectively, it's still very equal. But he makes one wrong move, he could be in trouble. I'm wondering if he's going to move the rook to like e1 or something. I'm wondering if he's going to go for something a little bit different. Something that I haven't actually considered. His time usage, though, is not very good. I will say that. His time usage, this is not it. It's not it, because if he's trying to win with 50 seconds, I mean maybe the computer gives White an advantage here, but if it does, it's very, 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 very difficult. It's 3500 level, some kind of weird technical way. And with 40 seconds on the clock, there's no way he's going to be able to play that with that precision. I could obviously blunder, but in terms of pure precision, I don't think he can play at that level. In fact, I don't think Magus couldn't do it with 30 seconds on the clock either. So he takes with the rook, so I take. I mean, he's still gonna have to go f3 at some point, I assume, or he's gonna play e6 and try to draw the game immediately. Okay, he goes there. Okay, I have to go back because otherwise he's gonna sack the rook and I'm gonna lose the game. So this much is clear. He's probably gonna go f3 now, and then I'm gonna go b6. Yeah, I'm gonna go here, and this is exactly what I was calculating on his time. e6, I just take. e6, bishop g5 is just a draw. Unless he flags, which is always possible. Yeah, I just take. He'll probably take on g5. And then I go f6, king e7, and rook c8, and just no shot. No shot to win. Let's just go here, I guess. Go. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to play for a win, but realistically, I don't think there is. I think I just have to make a draw here. This should be a draw. Yeah, I mean, there's just no way this is... Yeah, there's just no way. But, I mean, unless do I have some rook b1? No, I don't have it. I think I just trade and... I mean, he can play on, but there's... I need to make sure I'm not crazy. No, I'm not crazy. Just go... What's the cleanest way? What is the cleanest way to draw? This is really the question. Bishop d5, a3, c4, b5 is definitely a draw, but is it an easy draw is what I'm trying to figure out. I can always run the king back. I mean, that's also a pretty routine draw. I mean, maybe I should have put the rook on e7 versus just trading immediately, but let's see. Yeah, but I mean, this should just be an easy draw. Go here. I'm just gonna push the pawns eventually to the light squares. Go. Let's think about this for 1 second before I find some way to maybe throw it. Okay, so g6, f4, b5, king d4, bishop f3, takes. That's just an easy draw. Go here. Go. I mean, I have king d7. I also have bishop f3, which... Bishop f3, g5. Yeah, this has to be a draw. Okay, at some point I have c3 here, which also leads to a draw. It's just a question whether I take first and then go c3 or not. Think about this. I mean, c3 is what feels right. If I take and he goes c3, a6, king b6, king d7, bishop e5, that's just a draw. If I take c3, bishop takes, yeah, it's just a draw. I go c3 here. That's how I draw this. He takes. Yeah, I have king d7 and then. Oh wait, actually maybe not. Not so easy. But okay, let's just go here. It goes there. I go here. Here takes. Takes bishop d3. This should be a draw, but I'm getting the strange sense that I might have misplayed this. No, this is definitely a draw. I just need to be precise. And I could also go g5, bishop f5, bishop e5, g5 maybe, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I think I go here. Wait, did I just blunder? No, this can't possibly have been a blunder. Wait, did I just blunder somehow? Wait, takes king. Oh my god, did I just actually just blunder this? Still should be a draw, but oh my god, what am I doing? I think I did just blunder this. What the heck did I just do? It's the wrong color bishop. I've really made this tricky though. Go here, I guess. What did I just? Now I just blundered again. Oh my god. I mean, maybe it's still a draw, but this is insane what I've done to this position. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still a draw, but why did I allow this? Yeah, it's still a draw. I just bring the king back and I cut the pawn. Yeah. Go here. I can go king e4 to try and win the game. I think it's risky. King b6, bishop e2, b4, g5, b5, a4, b6, a. I mean, king e4 might be a draw. King e4, let me think of this. King e4, king c5 takes, king b6, bishop e2, a6 takes, g5, b4, g4, b5, g3, b6, g2, b7, g1, just a draw. Okay, in that case, just trying to make sure if I go here, king d5, king c3, king c5 takes, king b5, put the bishop on f5. No, that's just a draw. It's just a draw. I almost messed that up, but yeah. So I guess that's it. We move Or wait, is it 2 or is it 4? Wait, is it 2 or is it 4? Now I don't know. Now I'm gonna see. Is it 2 or is it 4? I'm gonna go use the restroom quickly, but I think it's 4, right? So I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Go use the restroom. And now they start the game. Unbelievable. Ridiculous. Chess.com, so bad. Good G3, just so bad, honestly. Okay. Like yesterday when my game against Jules is 3 minutes in, they abort it, and they say we have to start the games at the same time for production. And today now suddenly it's like the games are apparently every game starts immediately, which is just so unprofessional from chess.com. Let's just castle here and takes. I mean, just so unprofessional. Okay, let's think. All right, I could play c3 here. I can go c4. I'm down a bunch of time. Is this dubious? I don't think this is losing for any reason. So let's just play for the double X or the double fianchetto here with bishop b2 and go from there. We should be good. I think we're good. I assume we're good. It goes there. Let's go here. I'll probably take or play, like, I can play e3 or knight bd2. I think I'm just going to go here. Takes, and c4. I'm going to play for an early c4 with D's knights and D's bishops, just the classic XXX. I don't actually know if this is good, but it's very flat and slow. So let's see what we got. If I do win this game, there will be no fourth game and we can reboot almost right away with no delay, which would be really nice. But a long way to go. Third game just now underway. At least I only lost 10 seconds there. But you know what's great, by the way, for anybody who's watching the stream, not to like start more controversy or anything, but it's funny, you guys probably don't know this, but when players agree to play the Chess Champions Tour, there is a contract that you have to sign, and it basically, in the contract, there's like a no disparagement clause. And I find it really hilarious that Kramnik is allowed to play after every day, you know, accusing chess.com of this, that, or the other thing. It's kind of wild, actually, when you think about it. Kind of crazy, actually. So just a little musing there. We wait for the third move or eighth move here for my opponent. What we got? I think if the match is tied after 4 games, there's an Armageddon, if I'm not mistaken. So that last game was surprisingly tricky. I wonder if there's an easier way to play it versus letting him get the 2 outside pawns. Like after he played f4, I'm gonna want to take a look at that, because that was surprisingly tricky, all things considered. Now that I think about it, it was very tricky, that end game. So anyway, all right, back to the chess. Waiting for a move from my opponent. This is the third game. See what he's gonna play here. I'm trying to play something relatively flat, by the way. This is not super crazy what I'm doing, just trying to play something relatively flat. At least this morning I seem much more awake. Yesterday I just was not awake at all. The first game against Musar was horrible. Second game was much worse, but both games were not really good. Okay, so he goes there. So I play c4. It's very similar actually to a lot of positions I've played in Blitz online. I mean, oh, if I don't go c4, what am I mean, I can, no. Actually, if I take, the bishop's on b2 versus the bishop being on d4. If I go c4, I end up with a bishop on d4. If I take and go c4, it's a little bit different. It's still very dry. If I go knight f3, I think I'm gonna go knight f3. I don't really see how I can be worse here, so I might as well play for these central pawn breaks with these knights. Knight c6 takes and c4 is just gonna be a draw. It's very flat, and I mean, a draw is not bad because I'm +1 in the match, but I don't really see how I can be worse here. So if I don't think I can be worse, then I feel like I should play on. Okay, he goes b5, which I expected. Again, I do have c4 here, which is going to lead to something extremely dry and boring. I do have knight e5. I'm wondering about e4 here. Knight e4, knight e4, d4, knight d4, bishop f6. Nah, that's not right. Wait, e4, knight e4. Takes. I don't see it. Maybe I just go rook e1, queen b6, e4, bishop c5 or something, maybe. Could be slightly annoying. Queen e1 doesn't make sense. Could play knight e1, knight d3. Actually, I think I'm gonna go here and play knight d3 and e4. Knight e5 was a very, very dry attempt. a4 also looming as well to try and soften the queen side. I'm gonna go for knight d3, maybe e4. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to play this very simple here. Very simple. Just play e4, open up the double X or the double B's, the two B's, and go from there. I also have knight d3 as well to stop knight b4, stop e5. So seems pretty straightforward for me here. Pretty easy position to play, which is good. Like, I like these positions that are generally on the slower side. Although actually I missed bishop g4. I missed e5, e4, bishop g4, but I can still go bishop f3. Also I have c. Actually, after e5, maybe I have c4. Maybe we'll see. Like e5, c4, takes. Sorry, e5, c4, takes d4, knight d3 to hit the pawn. Starts to get a little bit sharp there. Actually, starts to get a little bit sharp. That might not be so bad for me. So he does it. Well, he's in a situation where he should play this. Actually, if he doesn't, he's not playing for the right reasons. Yeah, so he goes e5. Yeah, I just missed this bishop g4 move for some reason. I just didn't see it at all. I'm still fine, I guess, but it's not the dream, that's for sure. So if I go e4, bishop g4, bishop f3, d4, bishop g4, knight g4, takes, knight f3. A4, b4, e4, bishop g4. I mean, if I get a4, b4, e4, bishop g4, is that good or not? So stupid by me. Missed bishop g4 altogether. Basically, I have to go c4 or e4 here. I don't really, or a4. I have to push one of these pawns. I'm only up a minute on the clock, so I don't want to burn my whole time. All my time here. I don't really like a4. It doesn't feel right. c4, I'm not a huge fan of c4 from a general standpoint, but nah, it can't be good. f3, d4. I mean, I think I'm gonna go for this. I'm just gonna trust my instinct and play bishop f3, queen f3, knight e4, and I don't really think I can be worse. I mean, maybe I can be, but I don't really feel like I should be worse. So go here and trade. As long as I'm not worse, really worse, I don't really mind the position, even if I'm marginally worse, because the main thing is to just not lose this game. That's the most important thing. Just keep the game keep the game under control. Remove this. Oh, he's got bishop b4. Maybe is this? No, but I just take and I'm fine. Also, if he takes the bishops, maybe I take with the knight and take e5. Not completely clear cut. Maybe it's takes knight e5, which also could be. No, I guess he trades and goes queen d5. That's probably bad. So probably I should take with the queen. Queen d5. Yeah, that can't be right. So I should just take with the queen. Thinking for a second, this, but then queen d5 and rook a8, and I'm just worse. So let's pre-move this. I mean, I could take with the other knight maybe as well. Takes. Knight e4, takes. This is where I want to think on his time. So takes, d4, knight e5. That looks relatively pleasant. I shouldn't be worse there, I guess, is what I would say. But do I want to take with that knight? Because then he can also go d4, knight d2, knight. Hard to judge. Actually, really quite hard to judge whether I should take with the knight here. Not sure at all. My instinct is that I should just take with the queen because it feels like the most natural move. But I'm not going to pre-move it. Let me think here and just not talk. Takes. Knight f3. Knight e4, knight e5. Takes bishop f6. Takes knight g2. Could be slightly worse. That could be slightly worse. Okay, so I think, yeah, I'll probably just take with the queen. Ugh. He is using a lot of time here again. Yeah, knight e1 was a terrible move. I should have just played c4 there to simplify the position. Just kill the game, basically. Oh, well. That's life. That's a song, right? That's life. That's life. Oh, well, that's life. That's life. It's life. I don't know what song I'm thinking of. He is using too much time again here, though, and he's getting a little bit low on the clock, which is a big mistake. Okay, he's thinking. Maybe he's thinking about, I just realized maybe he's thinking about takes bishop g4 e3, something like that maybe. But I still think I have bishop f3 ed2 bishop c6, and I should be doing well there. Thinking for a second, maybe that's what he's thinking about. Maybe he's thinking about bishop h3. Bishop h3 I probably sack the rook with pawn, takes, and then bishop e5, and that's going to get very chaotic, but I assume I'm fine. He is down in the match though, so he might want to go for something more on the risky side here. Okay, he does it. Okay, so I can take on d5 if I want to. That's very clear. But if I take, and then, but if I also have knight g2, but I assume I should just take. So takes, bishop f1, dc6, bishop h3, bishop e5, rook c8. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that I'm not doing well there. So, yeah, let's just take. He goes knight d4. Okay, so he comes up with another idea. So this is an idea that I'm not actually a big fan of, I don't think. So I take and go knight g. No, I'm not a fan. Wait, what is it? Wait a second. Takes knight g2, knight d5, takes knight f4. Nah, I'm not a fan of this at all. What is he doing? He's gonna go bishop b4 maybe, then knight e4. Nah, this can't be right though. No, this can't be right. This can't be right after. I think he thought he could just take, but I take and then I fork him with knight f4. Nah, this isn't right. This is not right. Takes knight f4. No, this is definitely wrong. I mean, black probably still completely fine, I bet, but it's wrong. And bishop b4, I have knight e4 now. Yeah, this is definitely a mistake. Definitely a mistake. I just don't know if it's severe enough to lose the game. That's what I'm not sure of. Also, bishop b4, maybe I can go knight b1 to stop bishop c3. I don't have to go knight e4. Okay, he plays rook c8, logical move. I assume I should play a4 here, go after the pawn. So if I go a4, b4, knight c4, that looks great. That looks delicious. So a4, a6, takes, knight e4, knight d5, queen d4. Should be fine. Okay, wait, okay. This is where I should think, but he's down 3.5 minutes on the clock. I built a big time advantage. In chess, when you build a big time advantage, it's really imperative sometimes that you just slow it down. Like, why build a time advantage if you're not going to use the time at the critical moment? And I think this is a critical moment. I think, no, whatever. Just go for it. Let's go for it. This is a mistake. Oh, shoot. This is actually not the end of the world kind of mistake, but it's a mistake. I should have played knight e4. It's a mistake. Yeah, and he spots bishop f5. That's what I missed. Just great. Just lovely. Exactly what I missed. Now it's tricky. Now it's a little bit tricky. So stupid by me. It's incredibly stupid. Yeah, I just missed bishop f5, and now I've made a mess out of this. Complete mess for no reason. He is low on time though, so that I should keep that in mind. I guess I'll go here. So here, I'm gonna start trying to cheese him a little bit. I'm gonna be moving a lot quicker now. Actually, there's still some tricks here. Yeah, like ba4, rook a4, bishop e4, rook d4 is not simple. I'm a little bit lucky I have that trick. I'm gonna pre-move this because it's a safe pre-move. I really need to push him on the clock now though. Oh, did I have bishop g4 also? Maybe I had bishop g4 here. No, knight c3. Nah, it can't be good. Whatever. All right. Here he does. He's getting a little bit low on time here. Also, ba4, maybe I just take the pawn and draw the game with no worries. Maybe. Again, though, as I mentioned earlier, this is a guy who's very good when he has low time on the clock. Very good. Good talk. He takes. So I go rook a4. I mean, rook a4 is the move that I want to play. Try to think there's some tricks. I think I'll just take. I saw it. I was hoping he wouldn't see this tactic, but he did, unfortunately. Still should be fine here, though. So here, and maybe queen h3 and just put all the pieces back. I shouldn't be losing here because I can put the knight and the bishop here, and I've got a bishop and a pawn for the rook. It's not great or anything, but I shouldn't be losing. Goes there, reasonable choice. Let's just put the knight on f3 probably, or bishop d3. I guess I'll just go here first. As long as I don't hang anything, I'll be fine. Go here. Logical. I can play bishop d3. I can also play h4. Don't know if it actually matters, so I'm just gonna go h4. He can go queen e6, but I'll go here. Logical. I can obviously trade here and just make the draw. I can also go queen e3. Does it really matter how I make the draw? Probably it does. Let's trade. Let's go here. Shouldn't really be able to lose this game. That's the main thing, because the pawn structure is so solid. I do have knight d2 here. Could just go rook b1 also. Let me think though. Rook d1 looks like a very solid move just to bring the king to the center. If I go rook e1, takes. I see his idea though. I see his idea, and it's a little bit problematic here. I go king g2, a5, rook e1. Nah, it shouldn't be a big deal. Let's go here. So I have d4 here and then rook c1. I mean, it just should not be a big deal. Okay, 4 incoming. Logical. So here maybe. Okay, now it's just a matter of technique. Let's go here. I think knight c4 should draw the game. Knight c6 should definitely draw. Let's go here, I guess. Oh, what am I doing? I'm actually trying to mess this up now. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm actually trying to mess this up. What the heck? What am I doing? Oh, this is so bad by me. What the heck? I have 3 minutes versus 5 seconds and I'm messing it up. Unbelievable. So bad. Does he have any moves here? If I check, he goes to e6. If I play f4, I have knight g5. Yeah, I've completely, I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing here exactly. I could go f4. I don't like f4, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Here. It goes there. So now I can play knight g5. I also have knight c3. I'll just go here. Oh, now I blundered again. The heck is wrong with me? Yeah, now I just blundered again. Ridiculous. What's wrong with me? Ah, what the heck? What the heck was that? I defended this so well to save the game, and then I just blunder. Unbelievable. Like, what am I doing? Like, what was this? What is this? Just knight c3. It's like I think I'm trying to win the game. That's the problem. Oh, but now my rook's gonna get trapped too if I'm not careful. Okay. Unbelievably poor by me. So bad. Legitimately just so bad. To throw this is unreal. And that's a terrible move too. Such a choke by me. Such a choke. Such a choke. Such an unbelievable choke by me. Yeah, now I hang this too. What the heck am I doing? Such a total choke. I did exactly what I said. I said if he gets super low on time, I mean, like, he's very good with no time. Yeah, I mean, I threw this game. It's garbage. That's so bad. That was such an easy draw. Why did I hang the pawn? My god, that's so bad. I mean, it's such an easy draw, and then I didn't make the draw, like right here. Yeah, this is fine. Just play d4 and draw the game. Ah, ridiculous. Alright, let's play the Slav and just move on to Armageddon. That was terrible. What on earth was 95? Then hanging the pawn with rook d6. Play this one. Yeah, I'm actually really disappointed now. That ruined what was a so far a very good match. What am I doing? Knight c6, what was it? Knight c6 is rook b6, rook c4, king e8. How did I do that? I just let him get the king over. Insane. King g2 is also nuts. I should have just played rook d1 probably and just held the position. So dumb. That's really bad by me. Really bad. Did exactly what I said I should avoid, which is I said if he gets really low on time, he's a very good player. Even if he has like 10 seconds on the clock, and I started just moving instantly. Was so bad. Should have put the knight on c4 and probably run the king to the center too, now that I think about it. Okay, let me think which one I want to go for. I think I'm gonna go for this one. That was pathetic. I know about a3. So bad. Just when I thought I might actually enjoy some rapid games, I have to do that. Do you guys hear that from the Slack call, by the way? I mean, I just heard that for the Zoom call. Crown just said, I demand an immediate fair play check of my opponent. Like, oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I demand an immediate fair play check of my opponent. Like even this sort of stuff, like, I mean, aside from the games themselves, like this sort of stuff too is just like, I mean, what? Come on. Like, if we really lost the plot that much, I demand an immediate fair play check of my opponent. And people wonder why I'm so soured and so unenthused by all these online events now. It's just but all the nonsense aside, at least my opponent played a good game. Like I would say, like as far as this match goes, like aside from all the nonsense that generally just makes me so uninterested, at least that doesn't have a direct impact on my game, but definitely on my overall outlook or mood or mindset, it's just very blah. Like all of this, it's like, I mean, just so blah. And I don't know why chess.com, like they indulge it too. That's what I don't understand at all. Why they indulge it at this point. I don't know if they're afraid of being sued or what, but it's like, it's insane. It's actually, it's insane. Okay, so he goes e4, which is actually what I was wondering. I was wondering why I allowed this. Can I not go, wait, e5, ed4, knight d4, bishop e5, bc6. I mean, I think I can play. I mean, I don't know if I can play it, but I'm gonna play it anyway. I really don't feel like thinking here. It's a little bit risky doing this because he is using his time, so like if this is bad, it could be very bad, but I don't really care. Demand immediate fair play check of my opponent. Like, what even is the point anymore of these events? Demand a fair play check of my opponent. Okay, so I assume I take. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm a little bit like, it's not even so much the game. I'm just like, every day this is what you get. This is what you get every day. Every day it's the same thing. Like just no sense of right or wrong. It's all so aimless. Now my opponent is thinking here, like Deac is using a lot of time in this position, so I guess he's looking for something. I am way up on clock though, like I am playing this like Nepo man. So let's see what we get here. But you know, I mean, in general, when people wonder, like they wonder why I'm so disgusted or so uninterested in like in all this stuff, it's in large part because of what's going on. It is like it's just so I don't know how to put it. It's just so disappointing on so many levels. Okay, so now let's see. So I can take on d4. I can also castle. I mean, I can also just castle here. I'm not sure what's going on if I castle. If I castle, is it going to castle? Could play. Wait, if I castle knight d5 though, so I kind of have to take on d4, I guess. I mean, this much is clear, and I could castle here. I could also just trade the knights. I could also take and check takes, but that looks very wrong. Takes knight f6 looks correct. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually understand what's going on, so I'm just gonna play here. I could have checked too maybe, but then he probably goes king d1. It's probably bad, so let's go here. See what he does. I could have also played h6 maybe. I wonder if h6 was better, but Deac is using a ton of time here. But again, the main thing that I need to remember, which I did not remember in the previous game, is that when he gets low on time, he still can play very well with 5 seconds on the clock. And trying to cheese him on the clock is just really a bad strategy. I shouldn't lose this game, I will say that, but we'll see what he does. I assume he's going to castle. He's going to castle or he's going to play bishop g5. I don't know which one. And I don't particularly care which one he does. Okay, so he castles, I castle. If he takes, I have bishop e5 and queen d5. Logical. I have bishop g4 and rook c8. I also have just h6, which I think should be stable here, but let me double check this. h6, bishop d4, knight d5, rook a d1 or something. I mean, queen c7 is also probably rock solid here just to draw the game, but do I really want to draw the game or do I want to try for more is one question. I don't actually see a good way to try for more, but maybe it exists. Maybe. H6 seems like the move for some reason, but I don't know. The pieces are somehow on weird squares in this position. They're just like not on the usual squares. So like if I play h6 takes rook a d1. Oh, a3 stops knight b4. That's probably why this a3 move is important in this position. It stops knight b4 down the road. That's probably why it's a good move. Okay, now I understand. There is some danger here though. I don't actually love my position, I'm not gonna lie. Knight d4, rook d8, rook c8, queen b1, bishop e5, h3. Okay, let's think. Yeah, I'm actually not in love with my position, unsurprisingly. Queen c7 I think might be the best move here, which is kind of annoying actually. I think queen c7 might be the only move that's not terrible, in fact. Because rook fd1, bishop e6, knight g5, h6, bishop h7, king h8, takes bishop e4. I mean, I'm a little bit worse there. Okay, let's see. Now knight d5 is not a move. Bishop g4 doesn't look right. h6 is the other option. h6 takes. I'm gonna check and go bishop rook a d1, rook fd1, bishop e6. Don't really like my position here. Yeah, and I'm moving too slowly as usual. Maybe I have rook c5 actually. That might be the way to play rook c5. Yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go here, attack the knight, and then I'm gonna play rook c8, and then rook c5, and hit the pawn this way, and maybe it's okay. Not really sure if it's okay, but I'm gonna try it. Go here, hit the queen. Okay, goes to b1, which is what I expected. Now I'm gonna go rook c5. He goes bishop c4. I have b5. Plays h3. I assume I go back to d7, although I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna go here. Bishop c4 runs into b5. Knight f5. I can just take and play like g6, or just take and play this down a pawn, which also should not be the end of the world. I think there's also a line with rook e8 somewhere too. I think there's some line with rook e8, as I remember, as well, where you give up the pawn and you have some trick on the e file. He plays her, which is what I expected. Now I can take and go g6, but I think I'm just going to take and take. I'll give up the pawn on h7. I'm not super worried about it. He's going to play rook d1. Okay, interesting choice. Not actually interesting like that, but you guys get the point. Okay, I can play g6 here, which should be fine. g6, rook d5, knight d5. I can trade and play g6. Let's see what he does. Okay, let me think for a second. So I play g6, he'll take and go bishop e4, and then I don't have great moves. I go bishop. No, that's just a blunder. What am I smoking? So I trade and go. I can also trade and play like bishop c5 or something to try and draw. Trade and queen e7 maybe. Queen e7, queen e1. I don't like my position here. h6 is also a move, but I don't like it. What I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna trade and play rook e8. Not blundering anything here, I don't think. Queen e7 was all. I mean, queen e7 also maybe was. No, but queen e7 that's queen e1. That's what I was worried about, was queen e1. I'm very close to being completely fine again. The thing I need to remember, as I said before, is like not to try and cheese him on the clock. So when I try to cheese him on the clock, that's when like I might make a couple of stupid moves and he can play very accurately and I could lose a game like I did in the previous one. Still can't believe it. In my head, I'm just thinking, I'm playing it back what Cran was saying in a Zoom call. I demand a fair play check of my opponent. I demand it. I demand a fair play check of my opponent. Ridiculous. Okay. All right. So he wants to go rook c8, I guess. That's his idea. So I play g6. What's going on? G6 to kick the bishop. Queen d4, I can just take and I'm fine. If he moves the bishop back to b1, queen e7. It's also bishop f4, but I think... Okay, wait. This looks okay. I mean, it feels okay, but I'm not sure. I don't trust my instinct that this is okay. Because rook c8, I have bishop h2 to win the queen. It goes back. Yeah, now I should be safe. I go bishop e5 or bishop f4. Okay, wait. For the first time in the game, I'm actually not in a world of trouble, so I should try and play good moves. Yeah, let's just go here. Get rid of the bishops. I can't lose anymore. I've got a knight versus bishop. That does nothing. Actually does nothing. I can go king g7 and play queen d5. I'm trying to find a way to squeeze something here. I'm trying to see if I can squeeze a little something. Let's just go here. I am going to try to cheese him now because it's knight versus bishop. And I can't lose here. It's even material. Okay, I can go rook e1 check. I'm back. I'm just going to go here. Logical. Wait. Queen d7 or something? Go here. I want to put the rook on d2. Maybe here. Oh, he's got rook d1, which is a good move. If I go queen a4, is bishop c2, of course. That's a great move. Why did I allow that? Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna play here. Okay, now he's starting to make some mistakes. Well, he's still somehow hanging on by the thinnest of threads. Even though that was a blunder, it doesn't lose the game. That was a clear blunder by him. Oh, he's hanging on. What the heck? Or wait, no, rook d. Wait a second. Takes. Guy keeps finding incredible moves. Wow, bishop c2. I didn't even see that. Unbelievable. Oh wait, no wait. No wait. It's still a draw probably, but he's in trouble. Okay, now this is where... How do I do this? I can go f5, which looks very wrong. See, the problem here is I don't want to use time, but I do need to use time, but I don't want to use time. It's like I don't want to let him be able to... I don't want to let him find a way to calculate. I don't like f5, but I think it's actually a good move. Oh wait, no, f5, g5. I think I should try to bring this knight back somehow. Let's think. Okay, I've got all the time in the world here. Maybe f5 and h4. No, that can't be right. I don't like f5. I'm gonna go here. Goes f4. I don't want to trade the pawns here if I can help it. I'm gonna go here. What to do? Imagine if I were playing Crunchlabs, by the way. Just imagine. It happens. Imagine if I were playing Crunchlabs. Just imagine that.